The 29th of April at 1:06. I slept in yesterday till 11, and that was a mistake because I blatantly didn't notice that crude was getting close to one of my trend lines that I aim to trade. For example, this was the 27th right here, and it's getting down to the trend line. If we back up, this is a whole month. Each one of these little red or green candles is in hours of trading, so you can see it's right in the point here. And even back on the 13th of April, it's right to the point. So that trend line is connected. The tips is called the wick, the top of those wicks. So every trader knew this. I woke up at 11, and I didn't see that price on the trend line, which is a point to either decide to buy it or sell it. And I've zoomed into 1-minute candlesticks, whereas this was an hour candlestick. That's a whole day right there between this blue line and this blue line. Now we have an hour, roughly. These are 1-minute ticks. Here is that 950 test of the trend line. This isn't the trend line here, it's just a line of support. You can see it's taken 3 contacts of support. The stochastics break out of oversold and they merge up. So to really risk say 2% of your account, you work out position sizing based on what the turtles, this trader Richard Dennis trained some guys. They were called turtles, and he used position sizing based on volatility and something called average true range. So you look at how much price will swing around in an interval, and you take the maximum value of that range, and you just take an average of those ranges. So he works out with a little formula, something called N. And then for setting your stops, you can use 1N, 2N, or 3N stops. So for example, if you have a $10,000 account, and you're trading 2% positions, you're risking $200 per trade. If you notice N is say 6, if you take a 3N stop, then your stop is 18, and if you divide 200 by 18, you get your leverage, which is 11. So I've done that for that trade, and it turned out that N for that trade, because it wasn't very volatile, was 15. So it worked out that I was trading, or should have been trading 6 contracts, and it's up like 270 points. Basically, that trade opened right there, risking 2%, using the ATR strategy by Richard Dennis, and it's up to almost 300 points. It'd be worth £1,800 or 18% of an account. So risking 2% and making 18% is tremendous. If you divide like 200 into 8, say 1900, you're looking at like 9 times. That's what you call a 9-hour trade. So if you look at a professional trading record, say for Curtis Faith, who was one of the turtles, if you look at 9R, he's only got 15 out of like 1,850 trades that are 9R. That's like 0.5%. So you can really appreciate that if you understand market structure and risk management and position sizing based on volatility. And if you hit one of these trend lines, and if it holds, and if you ride up that trend, you're going to make a lot of money. But more than often, trend lines don't hold, and breakouts are false, so you get stopped out, so you lose 1R, but sometimes you make 3, 4, 5, or 6R. So this is kind of part of my trading plan and of trading, how I'm figuring it out. And this morning, stupid me, there was some resistance right here in crude, and I didn't buy it when it broke resistance, and I worked out the N for the volatility, and it went up like 70 points, and that trade would have been worth a lot of money, even just by risking 2%. Would have been like a month's salary. But I watched it in real time and I set it up, but I just chose not to do it. So a lot of knowledge is worth nothing without confidence and belief in yourself. But I'm getting there. It just takes time.